What is going on, guys? Kfir's back again with part 4 of my faction gameplay for Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2015. Last we left off, we were playing as the Galactic Empire, and today we're going to continue where we left off with the Rebel Alliance. And we got two more factions after this, which will be the Separatists, or the CIS from, the prequel trilogy. And of course, the Old Republic, the Galactic Republic, Clone Army. Which the Clone Army has always been my personal favorite, aside from the Rebels, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as the Rebel Alliance, and I was trying to decide whether or not I should go to Endor or Yavin 4, and you know what? I'm thinking I'm going to lean towards Endor because it's a pretty iconic moment. You know, basically the start of the New Republic and all that. So, you know what I'm going to do is... Actually, you know what? I did one the last time, and that was the Death Star. That was the second Death Star. So, you know what? Let's actually do Yavin 4 this time. I think it'd be best if I do. Because Yavin 4 was also a pretty big time moment for the Rebellion, because I mean that was a pretty big victory for them, winning against the Death Star. So anyway, so yeah, it's going to take place in the Great Temple base, you know, where the fighters were located during the attack on Yavin and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as let's play a little bit with the soldiers first before we get into the good stuff. And you know what? I'm actually going to use... Should I use the standard blaster? I'm kind of on the fence about it. You know what? Screw it. I'll use it. I'm going to play as the officer for a little bit. Just to show you guys what... Yeah, as you can see, the default blaster does a pretty... Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not the best gun, but I mean, it does its job. As you can see, I'm a pretty good shot with it.
Running out!
Shit. It sounds like Dan Aykroyd a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Now, I would go for a sniper, like if I'm, like, say, for example, in the temple. But for the most part, I'm out here right now in the open, and I'm just blowing people away. Ooh. That's okay. You know what? Let's get into some of the specials, shall we? Okay, so you got Ewoks, which honestly are the cutest little guys ever. I don't really play as them often because, I mean, granted, yeah, they're not as advanced to say, like, you know, the New Republic and stuff, but they got their usage. We're not going to play as any of the characters from the prequel trilogy. Okay, so let's give Chewie a shot. God damn. Now I would have played as Chewie for, what was it, the Heroes. Unfortunately, though, I can't really... Whoa! No wonder why Han likes this damn thing. Goddamn bowcaster sends people flying. Whew. Wow, I should play Chewie more often. A shock grenade? Wow. Ooh. Oops, sorry, buddy. Grand Slam. What the fuck? I almost expected Chewie to rip somebody's arms out of their sockets. Because yes, Wookiees do that. Alright, so I think we've played enough of Chewie a little bit. So what we're gonna play as next is we're gonna play as his buddy Han. Now, for those of you who are unaware of this interesting little fact, is that Han and Chewie actually met. What was it during? What is it? Han's days as a member of the Galactic Empire. Now they mentioned the show how he meets Chewie in Solo, a Star Wars story, but that was the canon version of what happened. But Legends version, basically, he was a cadet. He was an Imperial officer during. Now the Legends version is that he was an Imperial officer during on Kashyyyk, basically the home world of the Wookiees. And what happened was somebody was abusing Chewie, and he actually saved his life. As a result, that made him a traitor in the eyes of the Empire. So as a result, Chewie now life debt is known throughout the galaxy. Now the Gungans are known for it, because if you save somebody's life, they basically owe you a life debt. And well, it was Han who saved him, so he owed him a life debt. But despite everything, though, he actually they both actually got along pretty well. So anyway, as far as Han's attacks go, he's got the iconic DL-44 heavy blaster, which I like using a lot. I really do enjoy playing as Han. This damn thing can really do some serious damage, and it also gives you the ability to sharpshoot with a full automatic capability. Although I don't really prefer this version of it better. I prefer the single shot better. Because it's a pistol, I mean, you're not really supposed to have a full auto. Especially that kind of gun. But anyway, it's good for picking off troopers like that. I'm not really an expert shot with him, but I'm okay with him. So anyway, aside from that, he's also got a detonite charge, which you can detonate once it's hit the ground. So like for example, so I think, it's alright. So you've seen Han Solo. So what I'm going to do now, play as Leia Organa. Or should I say Leia Organa Solo?
From now on, you do as I tell you.
So anyway, what can we say about Leia? Princess of Alderaan. Adopted father was Bail Organa. Well, her biological father, obviously, Anakin Skywalker. Brother is Luke Skywalker. Husband is Han Solo. Son is Ben Solo, who later becomes Kylo Ren. World was destroyed. So, although she was born on Polis Massa, it was an asteroid hospital center. I believe that's what it was. Or was it a colony? Aside from that, Leia is a rebel at heart. She was captured during the raid on the Tantive 4. I think that's what it was called. She owned, 3PO and R2 for most of her life. So, they've been in their service ever since. I mean, technically those two droids were owned also by her father and mother, Padme Amidala and Anakin. So, aside from that, she's also force sensitive, but she doesn't really do any training later on, at least not until after the Battle of Endor, where her brother actually trains her in the art of the Force. But she doesn't really go for the Jedi aspect, although she has been trained in the use of the Force. Aside from that, she's carrying a sporter blaster, which she uses pretty quickly. She also can lob thermal detonators, 3 of them, before needing a recharge. Plant a squad shield around enemy opponent, around people, protect them. And she's also got an E11 blaster rifle, likely taken off of a fallen stormtrooper. It's a way of combating enemy combatants. Well, okay. And I bet you everyone right now was probably thinking, why the hell doesn't she have her slave outfit on? And I think everybody would want that. So EA, if you're listening to that, please make it so. So here's my favorite character out of all of them. Aside from the space cowboy himself, of course. And this is Luke Skywalker. The young naive boy from Tatooine. Well, he was naive at first, but as he got older, he became more experienced. He's missing a hand. He's actually doesn't. I can't really. Oh yeah, it was a hand that he's actually holding his lightsaber in. This one right here. There's also so he had 2 lightsabers. The one he has right now is the one he made. It's based around Obi-Wan Kenobi's old lightsaber, which is technically his 3rd lightsaber. The first one he had was based around his father's. It was actually his father's, so. Aside from that, he can also, as a force sensitive, he can jump using force jump at great heights. Go at enemies with his lightsaber, and of course, he can also deflect blaster bolts. He uses something called Force Repulse, which can send enemy combatants flying back. And he can also rush at enemies with his lightsaber wield ready. He's very adept in terms of, deflecting blaster bolts. Stuff like that. So that was Luke. Hopefully I can, here's Lando. Last but not least, we also got the Gambler and former administrator of Bespin, or Cloud City. Lando Calrissian, best friend of Han and Chewie. Although he did portray Han, he was given a second chance following his aid in the rescue of said Han Solo. Now he's carrying an X8 sniper pistol, which he can use at any time. He always wears a cape, okay? Ever since he met Han Solo, he's always worn a cape. So that's not going to change. Even now that he's older, he's played by the legendary Billy D. Williams. Another great actor. I can't say any more about him. He's a great actor. I really do respect him. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed my Rebel Alliance faction gameplay and all the heroes that came with it. It was kind of a big roster this time around. I would have gone with Yoda, but unfortunately, he wasn't really involved in the conflicts that led up to the victory of the rebels against the Empire. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time I will be going with the Separatists, and we'll be taking it from there. Until next time, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We're glad you did. And until next time, remember, the Force will be with you always.